Good morning, one and all. Myself, Kavyasree S.Y. Civil as an IT Adur. The topic for my presentation is Aggregate Crushing Value Test. It is one of the most important tests done on aggregates. This test comes under IS 2386 Part 5. Before going to the procedure, we should know about aggregate crushing value. What is meant by aggregate crushing value? The aggregate crushing value is a relative measure of resistance of an aggregate to crushing load under gradually applied compressive load. It is a relative measure of resistance offered by the aggregate against the gradually applied compressive loads. The load is applied gradually, that is slowly. It is not a sudden load. The apparatus for the test is shown in the figure. It consists of a cylinder of internal diameter 152 mm. The load is applied at the top of the apparatus. Let's see the procedure of the test. The aggregate selected for the test should be passed through 12.5 mm sieve and retained on 10 mm sieve. The aggregate should be in surface dry condition. The weight of the material comprising the test sample is taken as WA. We should determine the weight of the sample. Now the aggregate is filled in the cylinder in 3 equal layers, and each layer is tamped 25 strokes using a round-ended tamping rod. After that, the surplus aggregate is struck off. The cylinder of the test apparatus is positioned on the tamping rod. The quantity of aggregate should be the depth of the material is 100 mm after tamping. The depth of the material in the cylinder after tamping is 100 mm. The surface of the aggregate is carefully leveled. After that, a plunger of diameter 150 mm is inserted on it, so that it rests horizontally between the platens of the testing machine. It is in a horizontal position. Apply the load at uniform rate. The total load is reached by the aggregate in 10 minutes. It is a gradually applied load, so the total load is reached in 10 minutes. The total load should be 400 kN. After that, the load is released and the whole material is removed from the cylinder and sieved on 2.36 mm sieve for standard test. The fraction passing through the sieve is weighed as WB. WB is the amount or weight of material or aggregate passing through the 2.36 mm IS sieve. Then we can find out the aggregate crushing value using the equation. Aggregate crushing value is equal to WB by WA into 100. Here, WB is the fraction passing through the sieve and WA is the weight of the material comprising the test sample. It is important that the crushing value shall not exceed 45% for aggregate used for concrete other than for wearing surfaces. Wearing surface means surface that are most prone to wearing and tearing, that is road, runway, pavements, etc. The crushing value shall not exceed 30% for lower crushing. The crushing value shall not exceed 30% for concrete wearing surfaces such as runways, roads and pavements. Aggregates with lower crushing value indicate a lower crushed fraction under load, and it would give a longer service and hence more economical.